This is Jackson Long. I just finished the 440-mile Smoke and Fire bikepacking race. Starts and finishes in Boise, Idaho. I was lucky enough to finish first. Finished in about 44 hours. Rode through the night, the first night, and yeah, got super lucky with weather and conditions, and had a really good time. So I thought I would sort of show you what I brought along with me for my bike and gear setup. So this is my Specialized Chisel aluminum hardtail mountain bike. This is what I rode on the Tour Divide actually this year as well. A couple of changes from that setup, different tires. So this for the Smoke and Fire I ran these new tires I wanted to try out, the Continental Race King in a 2.2, really nice tread, fast rolling, really this is the black chili protection casing, so really durable tire, had no issues, no flats, didn't have to top up sealant or anything like that. I'm running a SRAM Axis XX1 electronic drivetrain, so I've got a 10 to 52 cassette in the back and I think a 34 front chainring. Obviously there's a lot of really steep climbing on this course involving some hike-a-bike and some really challenging climbs, so I felt like that was pretty sufficient. 32 could have been nice for some of that, but there was also, due to the altered course because of the wildfires here in Idaho, some pretty fast rolling gravel road sections where I was definitely rolling my biggest gear, so a little bit of a toss-up there. What else? So, yeah, running aero bars. I have a Wahoo Element Roam for GPS navigation. And then I'm running a pair of these Phoenix BC26R lights. They just stayed on my bike the whole time. I changed batteries once during the race. And to complete my lighting setup, I had a rear tail light from Lesign to stay safe and visible on some of the highway sections, the road sections. I'm rocking a new saddle from Since the Divide. This is the Ergon SR All-Road Core Pro men's saddle. A little bit more cushion than the one I was riding on the Divide. I did have some saddle sore, butt pain issues on the Smoke and Fire, I think just because I was in the saddle for, yeah, basically 44 hours straight, but all things considered, a very comfortable saddle. Let's talk about bags. So kind of the main one is this custom Rockgeist Dyneema frame bag that holds some just kind of essentials. I tried to keep this pretty minimal, this whole setup pretty light, because I knew I was just going to be riding almost straight through. But in here I kind of kept my water filter, some trash in there. So a 1 liter Katahdin Be-Free water filter goes in there, as well as this Apidura 3 liter water bladder. So this is kind of my main water capacity. So in addition to this, I had a hydration vest, the Solomon hydration vest, that also had a 1.5 liter bladder. So I just have a hose that runs up through here so I could drink on the go, and I really just wanted to stop as little as possible, so I would load up my water and really just focus on continuing to ride versus stop and filter water. And that's really all I carried in here, because I wanted this frame bag to be mostly for food. So same thing, same idea, was really just trying to stock up on as much food as I could during the race. When I did get to the few towns that we went through, to be able to just keep moving, keep rolling. So at one point I had 2 wraps in here. I had tons and tons of food from gas stations, pastries, you know, candy, whatever, just to be able to kind of keep the weight as much as I could off of my back. In here I have my Apidura top tube bag, and this is just kind of daily essential stuff that I needed during the day. So in addition to those front lights, I had this Phoenix headlamp for kind of the techie sections, a little bag for electronics, so I would just have spare batteries in here. So I had extra batteries for my lights and my Axis batteries. So I had two spare charged Axis batteries. I only swapped that once during the race, as well as a spare shifter battery. I had a 10,000 milliamp hour battery power bank, as well as cable for charging the Wahoo and my phone, and if I needed to, my lights. I had sunscreen, super essential for the hot days. I had some caffeinated gum, which I didn't actually end up using, and then just some various other kind of supplies, some skincare cream for my butt, lip balm. I had some Tums. I learned that in the divide that my stomach sometimes doesn't get happy from eating all the junk food. I also had my gloves in here, so it was really a tough one because, similar to the Tour Divide, actually really warm it during the day, but then it got really cold at night. So my glove system, tried to keep it pretty light and minimal. I have these merino liners, and then on top I have these sort of like rain mitts, like over mitts that go over the top of these, and that actually worked out really well. My hands stayed pretty warm. Probably could have gone with a little bit of a burlier glove. It was like below freezing, around freezing at certain points, so that was tough, but got through it. I also have my multi-tool in here for quick access, antibiotic ointment, as well as chain lube and a rag. Only lube my chain once during the race. And then I also have in here a Dynaplug in case of any tire troubles. So that was what was in this kind of top tube bag. Down here, this was my sort of tool repair kit pack. So in here, I just had it double attached, so it was getting like banged around a lot. So just in here was pretty lightweight, minimal repair kit. I didn't end up opening this bag up once, which is always nice. But in here I just have a Ziploc bag of some random things, spare derailleur hanger, CO2, and a tire lever, patch kit, tire boot kit, some spare plugs, a chain link, quick link plier set, as well as a little set of pliers, and then some just random bolts and a spare valve, spare cleat, and a set of spare brake pads. So I felt like that was pretty much all I needed out there. It's a fairly short race. In here I also have a little mini hand pump and a tube. So that was my repair kit. Luckily didn't have to use it. Moving on to the rear pack. So in here, this is kind of stuff that I wasn't hopefully going to be using much, but in here I have our leg warmers. Use those a lot actually. Arm and leg warmers were on almost all the time at night. It was very cold at night, and that kind of saved me during some of those cold nights coming through the Sawtooth Valley and the midnight start. Puffy coat, obviously always bringing a puffy coat on these rides. This is just a Patagonia synthetic nano puff, whatever. Also wore this a lot, slept in this. And then very minimal sleep kit. So in here, I did decide to sleep. So this is a tough distance. So it's only, well, only I should say, but it's a 440 mile race, and I finished under 48 hours. And so it's borderline. Some people probably didn't sleep very much. I opted to sleep about 3 hours because I just know that for myself, I ride a lot faster if I'm getting at least some recovery, some sleep. So on the second night, I slept, yeah, about 3 hours. So I have a small little inflatable pillow, and then just the sleep kit I have is just this lightweight Thermarest pad. It's like a 3/4 length, so kind of a small pad that just covers the side of my body. And then this is a Soul emergency bivvy, so it's got like the kind of foil reflective inside, and that kept me pretty warm. I slept very well and was able to get by on just a few hours of sleep and make up some time and feel really strong and recovered after that. Like I said, I also have this Solomon running vest for just storing more food and any other supplies. And here I also had my GPS tracker, which is just a Garmin InReach. And then in addition, in my jersey pocket, just because I didn't really have room for it anywhere, was a rain jacket. Always a good idea. This is just a Gore brand Gore-Tex rain jacket that also served as kind of my wind layer. So for layering and for those really cold times out on the trail, I would wear, you know, my arm warmers, my puffy over my jersey, and then this rain jacket over the top of the puffy coat, and that was enough to keep me warm. And then I slept in all of that to keep me as warm as possible. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I brought. It's a pretty short race and pretty fast moving. So, but I feel like this was the essentials of what I needed to kind of stay comfortable and keep moving forward. So thanks for watching. Thanks to all the supporters of myself out there on the trail and sending me messages. Thanks to the race crew organizers and the kind of community of bike packing. Super fun event. Definitely put on your list. The Idaho Smoke and Fire. Beautiful, beautiful trail and route. And I'm just really grateful to have finished this year and to have ridden pretty fast. So that's what I brought. Hope that was helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and on to the next one. Time to get some sleep.